So, Assalamualaikum. I am Jeremy Mama, and today's video presentation, I am going to discuss the construction cost. So first, ano ba si construction cost? Si construction cost is yung total amount na nagagasto sa isang structure, including materials, labors, equipment, and other related expenses sa isang structure. So there are types of construction costs. So number one, si direct cost. Si direct cost, directly sa actual construction work. Example, si labor cost, si material cost, si equipment cost. Si labor cost, ito yung mga gastos or cost para sa mga carpenters, electricians, plumbers, and construction worker. Si material cost naman is yung mga need cost para sa mga materyales dun sa isang structure or yung ibibuild mo na structure. So magpo-focus tayo ngayon sa structure natin is bahay. Si equipment cost. So dito si equipment cost is dito naman pumapasok yung mga rental na equipment like concrete mixer, concrete vibrator, yan. So, next naman is si indirect cost. Si indirect cost, hindi siya directly na tied to construction activities pero necessary sa isang project. So, number one is si administrative cost. Dito is, yung binabayaran dito is yung mga office staffs who handles project documentation and coordination. Nandito rin pasok din dito si project manager. Si insurance. Si insurance naman dito, yung cost naman dito sa insurance is yung mga like accidents and or damage. Sa utilities naman, ito naman cost of electricity and water used on construction site to power tools for other needs. And sa number 4 naman is yung permits and fees. So dito naman is yung mga yung example nito is yung building permit. Yun. Yung cost para sa mga permits. So yung isa doon is yung building permits. Next one is si fixed cost. So this cost remain constant regardless of the level of construction. So dito si fixed cost is tuloy-tuloy na bayad, pwedeng monthly, annually, fixed cost yun. So merong naka-bold dito na land acquisition cost. So example dito si land acquisition cost is bayad sa lupa kung saan pinapatayo ang isang bahay. So, kailangan mong bayaran yan. Next, si design cost. Si design cost, para naman mga cost naman siya para kay architect, engineers, and other design professionals. Si legal fees. Legal fees naman is, example nito is bayad sa lawyers for legal service. Like, meeting with lawyer regarding naman sa mga legal issues. And next, si variable cost. So, si variable cost is hindi siya ganun ka-fix kasi hindi siya stable or fixed yung magiging cost dahil sa unpredicted demand and supply ng supply sa market. Example, si raw materials. So, si raw materials, dito pumapasok naman yung example, the cost of concrete which might vary based on market demand and supply. And number 2 naman, si fuel cost. So, the cost of diesel for construction vehicle and machinery. Ibig sabihin, itong si variable cost, hindi siya fixed. However, nakadepende pa rin sa market kung bababa or tataas yung mga presyo. Tulad ng cement, diesel or yung mga gasoline. Yan. Next is si contingency cost. Si contingency cost funds set aside to cover unexpected expenses or cost overruns. So dito naman is yung mga unexpected cost. For example is merong isang issues sa isang structure. Let's say hindi stable yung lupa. Therefore, kailangan ng additional foundation work para kay contingency. Ibig sabihin, hindi yun siya expected na cost. So, yun yung example ng contingency cost. Next is the preliminary cost. So, yung kanina is types of construction. So, dito naman is si preliminary cost. So, preliminary cost per square meter in a construction project can vary widely depending on factors such as location, types of construction, material use, labor cost, and other expenses. So, dito pumapasok si rough estimate per square meter, pero nakadepende pa rin sa location. So, there are different types of preliminary costs depende sa construction. Number 1, si residential. Si residential, such as building house, the cost per square meter can range from affordable to high-end finishes. Si low-end construction, ang estimate is 15,000 to 20,000 per square meter. So dito, bakit magkakaiba yung construction is nakadepende sa trabaho. Example, si low-end construction, yung mga basic finishes, standard materials, and minimal construction. So, hindi siya ganun ka-luxury. The next is si mid-range construction. So, yung estimate dito is 20,000 to 30,000 per square meter. So, example, si mid-range naman is yung mga higher quality materials, better finishes, and some customization. So, parang low, mid, and high. Sa high naman is yung mga, nandito na yung mga premium materials, luxury finishes, and extensive customization. Parang si high-end construction is parang pangmalakihang budget na. Yung isang ipapatayo mong residential house. The next is the commercial construction. So, ang estimate naman dito sa basic commercial construction is 30 to 50,000 per square meter. So, example, pareho dun kanina kay residential. However, yung estimate naman dito is mas malaki compare kay residential. Si basic commercial construction merong 30 to 50,000 per square meter, habang si mid-range commercial construction have 50,000 to 80,000 per square meter. And for the high-end commercial construction is nagvavary sa 80,000 to 120,000 per square meter. And next, si industrial construction. Sa industrial construction such as factories or warehouse, the cost per square meter can also vary based on complexity and requirements. So, pareho din. So, nakadepende pa rin sa i-build mo na structure kung pang luxury, yung mga katamtaman lang na design. So, dito, si basic industrial construction is ang rough estimate dito is 20,000 to 40,000 per square meter. So, simple house with basic infrastructures. So, specialized in industrial construction naman is nagvavary sa 40,000 to 80,000 per square meter. So, ano example nito is yung mga factories with special equipment and infrastructures. Okay, so dito, several factors can influence the cost per square meter. So, nakadepende pa rin yung estimate mo kung sa location, material, labor, design, and regulation. So, si labor, bakit na dyan si labor? Kasi sa location kasi nakadepende pa rin yung bayad para sa mga labor. Magkakaiba yung mga skills, Next, stipulated sum or lump sum contract. So, si lump sum contract, this price cover all costs associated with the project including labor, materials, equipment, and overheads. So, merong example. So, example is, a contractor agrees to build a house for 5 million. So, ito yung babayaran ni owner kay contractor for the whole process of the construction. Kumbaga, pakyawan na yung nangyayari. Sa lump sum, si owner is parang pinapakyaw niya pinapa-estimate si contractor kung ilan yung magiging cost ng isang bahay. So, kapag nag-agree si contractor, kung may kulang man dun sa estimate ni contractor is problema na ni contractor yon kasi nag-agree sila na 5 million. So, next, unit price contract. So, dito naman, sa unit price contract, binabayaran naman ni contractor based sa kung ano ang natapos. Example, a road construction project may specify that the contractor will pay 1,500 per cubic meter of concrete poured. In the project, it requires 2,000 cubic meter of concrete. So, ibig sabihin, ang total na mababayaran kay contractor ay 3 million since ang napag-usapan ay 1,500 per cubic meter of concrete. And the next one is si cost plus construction. Si cost plus construction is binabayaran ni owner si contractor based sa actual cost during the construction plus an additional fee for the contractor's service. This fee can be a fixed percentage of total cost. So, cost plus fixed percentage. So, dito is ang agreement naman dito is, example is, yung total cost ng isang structure is 4,000 and nag-agree si contractor and the owner na may additional 10% based dun sa construction cost. Ibig sabihin, ang mababayad ni owner kay contractor is 4,400,000 since meron silang agreement na 10% from the actual cost. Si cost fixed fee naman, if a contractor's actual costs are 4 million and the fixed fee is 500,000, so ang mababayad ni owner is 4,500,000. And the next is the estimating formats. Estimating formats refers to the method and templates used to calculate cost of construction project. So, si preliminary estimate. So, kanina nabanggit ko na rin si preliminary estimate na ina-apply dito si rough estimate gamit si cost, usually si cost per square meter. Detailed estimate. So, si detailed estimate para naman sa ino-organize na breakdown lahat ng cost including labor, materials, equipment, and overhead costs. mga estimates. Example is an itemized list of materials with quantities and unit costs. Number 3, si unit price estimate. Unit price estimate naman is pareho lang din kay unit price contract na ang cost dito ay kung ano lang din yung natatapos mong work. Next, assembly or system estimate. So, ang estimate naman dito is by system. For example is yung cost for the entire electrical system including wiring, fixture, and labor. So, other example is yung system ng isang plumbing, water system. Then, number 5, si quantity take-off estimates. So, dito, it involves measuring the listing quantities of material. Example is detailed list of quantities like the number of hollow blocks, steel, and other materials needed in the construction. Then number 6, si bid estimate. So, very common naman ito lalo na sa mga projects ng governments wherein nagkakaroon ng bidding. Si bid estimate. Usually ang ginagamit na sa bid estimate ay yung DOPA or pwedeng si Max Fajardo. Very siya common. Number 7, okay, so next is the work breakdown structure. So from the title itself, ito naman is smaller, breakdown into smaller para mas ma-manage ang process of construction. And then dito, ito yung mga components of a work breakdown structure. Si project title, si major deliverables, high-level components or phases of the project. These deliverables encompasses significant portion of the project works. So, an example nito is yung site preparation, construction work, interior work, and finishes. Si sub-deliverable naman is smaller, more manageable parts of the major deliverables. These sub-deliverables further break down the project into specific area of works required to complete a major deliverable. So, example nito is site preparation, survey and marking, and excavation. Sa work package naman is the lowest level in WBC hierarchy. Work packages represent individual tasks or activities that can be assigned, executed, and tracked. They provide detailed information necessary for scheduling, resource allocation, and cost estimation. So the next slide is the example. The example of work breakdown structure. So that's all. Shukran.